Well, hello, I'm Allyson Lewis, and I want to welcome you to our class. We're going to be talking about goal setting and why the why is more important than the how. And kicking this off, we've decided it'd be fun to have a goal setting challenge. So if you're ready to actually recreate all of your excitement about 2023, we want you to go ahead and register for the goal setting challenge. This is a free challenge. So please click on the 7minutelife.com/goal-setting-challenge and opt in, and you'll begin to get all of the information on how you can participate in the goal setting challenge. So we'll begin in just a moment. We've got a huge crowd today, excited to include and welcome a lot of new people as well as a lot of our old people. So please go ahead and join the goal setting challenge. It's hard to believe that 2023 is almost here. So welcome to everyone. While we're waiting, let me open my video. There I am. While we're waiting, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and open your chat and tell us where you're from as I fix my hair. You've got to love this, live webinars. Go ahead and open your chat. Make sure that you are chatting to everyone, not just the hosts and panelists. And let's see who's here. Let's find out if you've been to these classes before, if you're new to the 7-Minute Life. So go ahead and drop your name in chat. We'll get started with finding out where you're from if you're new to the 7-Minute Life. So let's hear from you. Oh, maybe chat has to be enabled. Hang on. More enable chat. I had to do this a minute ago. Enable chat. Disable annotations. Okay. I may need to have some help, Kara, turning on chat. Let's see. Attendees can chat with everyone. Okay, now chat should be open. Try again. I'm Allyson Lewis. We still have a lot of people coming in. Let's see if you can begin to chat. Hello, I'm seeing people. Hello from A-State. Go Red Wolves. I love that. Now we've got people coming in. Donna, Edgar, good to see you again. Michelle in the UK. So we do have a big crowd today. We have lots of people that are interested in goal setting. While we're just giving everyone a moment, please take a look at enrolling in the goal setting challenge. Move myself down here. This is something we feel like if we get an ability to be with our friends, we want you to join the challenge. This is just an email challenge. It's trying to get us all on track. It's a 30-day challenge to set in a goal that you want to accomplish in the next 30 days. We're going to be talking about overcoming challenges. You're going to learn life-changing habits. So you're going to go to the page. I want to give everybody a chance, the 7minutelife.com/goal-setting-challenge. Put in your name and first name and last name, your email, and hit submit. So, all right, I'm going to get a yes answer now. Are you guys ready for today's webinar? I just want you to put yes in there. Go ahead and say, yes, I am excited about learning how to improve my own goals. So yes, yes, yes. I'm delighted to be here. We have lots of things. Come on, let's hear the yes. Let's see it. Let's see it. I'm obviously in a place at the 7-Minute Life where we are really growing. I want to set the stage for you. Let me stop sharing for a moment. I want to set the stage with you at the 7-Minute Life. I'm a 62-year-old woman, and you can go ahead and put in chat. I do this every time. Wow, you don't look 62. Go ahead. Let's build a love. Let's see people coming in there. You don't look 62. Still waiting. I'm hearing crickets. There you go. Let me set the stage for the 7-Minute Life. When we talk about goals, the 7-minute life has everything to do with time management. But when you woke up this morning, did you have a clear vision of the goals that you wanted to accomplish today? Let me say that again. When you woke up and you created your to-do list, were the items on your to-do list going to lead you toward goals today? Now, goals are something that drive all of us. I'm listening to an audio book that's probably 20 years old from Brian Tracy, and it revs me up because goals are that fuel. When you have powerful goals that are driven by something that is important to you, you're going to reach those goals. You're going to wake up in the morning thinking about those goals. You're going to spend your day working on those goals. You're going to dream about it. You're going to see it, taste it, touch it. Goals are the absolute fuel that drive us forward. And yet, I think goals are the hardest thing that we have as a skill set. Now, psychologically, I think there's some reasons. I think psychologically, sometimes we feel like we almost don't deserve to have those goals. We got to get over that. If you're on this call today, excited about learning about goals, then we have to truly start by being excited about ourselves. We have to reignite that self-esteem. We have to look inside our hearts and say, yes, I can reach these goals because I am the one that can dream those dreams and make them come true. We have to really undergird our goals with why we want to reach them. So I want to welcome everyone here. I'm Allyson Lewis, founder of the 7-Minute Life, and I'm here because this is my goal. This is my absolute passion, my purpose of reaching out and helping other people. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, I'm going to be looking at the chat as well, but I have Kara Atwell on the call. You guys that have been here a long time, how many of you have actually been on the call before? Do you know about the 7-Minute Life, and how many of you are new? Just put, I'm new, or I've been here before. Let's stay engaged. We believe giving real examples. So today I'm going to be giving my real example of a why that absolutely drives me. So let's go back to the basics. I believe there is a definition of a goal that we have to understand first. A goal is, and I hope you'll take some notes, a goal is an end point. The goal is here. If you're running a marathon, running the marathon is not the goal. The goal is passing the finish line, passing that spot, that clear spot. So the definition of a goal is the end point. In order to get there, you have to clarify the end point. What is the end point for you? Is it making more money? Is it getting in better physical shape? Is it being happier? Is it becoming your very best? What is this? And that's when we're in a class and we're talking about these things. It's really important that we clarify that end point. It needs to be precise, clear in our minds. But reaching that goal is reached by taking effort. At the 7-Minute Life, we call that action. So let me just put that up there. In other words, the definition of a goal is the end point, but how we get there is the action we take on a day-by-day basis. Now, let me just go into a 7-Minute Life time management concept before I share all the secrets of how I personally reach goals. So I'm going to give you that inside peek. But when you woke up this morning, you knew that the day was going to end. And when you wake up in the morning, I want you to realize this one thing. When it comes to time, time is always moving forward. And from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed, you're taking actions of some kind, whether it's an action that's positive or something that's low value. We are taking actions throughout the day. And here's the big takeaway, is that every action you took today, every action you took yesterday, every action you take becomes the life you experience. Let me say that again. You wake up in the morning and you begin to take actions. At the end of the day, you go to sleep, you wake up the next day, and you begin to take actions again the next day. Every action that you let into your life or that you take becomes the life you experience. I'd love to see some wows in chat. If that's something you haven't really thought about, every single action you take is either leading you toward a goal or away for a goal. But every single thing we take, being on this call right at this moment, in this place in your life, it's going to make an impact on the life that you experience. And the second part about that is every single action you let into your life is automatically knocking something else out. For example, when we choose to just sit on the couch and watch TV, it is knocking out something else. It's knocking out reading a book. Most often, when we have a goal that we want to accomplish, the action that we should be taking towards reaching a goal, if we're taking that action, it's going to propel us toward that goal. So just a little 7-minute thing there about every action we take, every moment of life, we want to breathe it in. So today we're going to be talking about knowing your why and why it's more important than knowing the how. I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of public speaking. So if any of you are on HR departments or in situations where you run a team, I'd love for you to reach out to us, because these are the kind of things that we teach, and we want to grow our business. The reason we teach this is that I think when we're talking about goals, a lot of people don't even know what goals to set. What I think makes us different is we don't just say go set goals, we also give you examples of goals. So today we're going to be talking about personal goals. I think work goals are often easier to hit because we know what they are. We know in business, we want to increase our sales and our revenues. If you're in commission sales, you want to sell more something. You want to increase your profits, more clients. I think all of those things are pretty clear. But today, when we're talking about personal goals, it's a little tougher. So as you look at this list, I'm going to be talking today about improving time management. I'm going to show you a little bit about having a personal goal of decluttering, and also something simple like improving your LinkedIn profile. But as you look at this list, I'd like you just to maybe pick one, because there's a goal setting challenge. So between now and the end of the year, is there something either on the personal side or the work side that you'd like to achieve? I'm going to take a sip here. Go ahead and put it into chat. Let's see what people are thinking about. You can have more than one. You can have more than one thing. You can have lots of things. Let's see what some of the goals are. More clients. Amen. Physical health. Come on, let's get it. Mindfulness. I'm seeing some things coming in. It's funny that we're only getting a few people putting things in, because sometimes we haven't had a chance to think about what we really want to accomplish. I'd love to continue to see things, having people thinking. There we go. Now we're getting some things. Personal goals, dealing with a recent pet loss. So sorry about that. Happiness. When we're coaching people, we often see that they put themselves last. In other words, they have a lot easier time creating work goals because they don't even put themselves on the list. So great job. I love that. As we're looking at goals, these things are important. So I'm going to use the example of improving my own time management because I created this 7-minute life. For those of you that know me, I actually have attention deficit disorder. Probably not a surprise as you see me, but we're going to be using this worksheet. Let's see if I can't blow that up a little bit. We're going to be using this worksheet. So Kara Atwell, I'm going to ask on this worksheet, I'm assuming they'll be able to get it in an email, that we'll be emailing out the worksheet that goes with this. That's a question because I'm assuming you guys are going to want, right? The email, the worksheet itself that you're about to see is something I created to help me understand the why. And so you'll be seeing that here. So let's go back to the important part. We've talked about goals. We've talked about clarifying that goal is the end point. There's something that almost all of us know about, which is SMART goals. But I'm going to actually walk you through the SMART goals worksheet with an emphasis on the why. So all of those things that you've just put into chat, or those of you that have written down, I want you to think about why it's important, because goals are not easy to accomplish. Why do you want to do that? And it's that being conscious of that why that's important. So here we go on SMART goals. For those of you that even are familiar with SMART goals, I think it's great to get a little refresher. So a SMART goal is an acronym that says your goals must be specific. They have to be measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. We're going to go through each one of those. Very common understanding, but it's sometimes hard to execute. So today I'm making you a promise that if you will use the tool that we're going to show, that you can actually take action, understand the why, and actually accomplish these things. And I'm going to blow this up in just a second. What makes the 7-minute life so different is that we don't just tell you, well, here's what SMART goals are, go figure it out. I believe what makes it different is that I wanted a tool, a physical tool that I could use a pen and a piece of paper and actually create my SMART goal, where at the end of this tool, I would actually have it. I would be holding it in my hand. And beyond that, I didn't just want a blank sheet of paper. I wanted someone else to show me more about their goal. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you the sections of this, and then I'm going to actually show you my goal. And if you have questions, feel free to put them into chat as we go along, and Kara can help me understand which questions we need to answer. So here's the SMART goal worksheet. I'm going to give you the high level, and I know this is hard to see, so we'll be blowing it up. When you look at a SMART goal, I kind of have to have an idea of what each one of these mean. So what do these things mean? I also want to have an understanding that I cannot possibly achieve 10 to 12 goals. I may have 10 to 12, but I really want to focus on just a few at a time. So let me blow this up. Can y'all see this or see it well enough? Let's see. Yes. Can you see this well enough now that I've blown it up? Yes, great. And you'll be getting a copy of it. So again, I've put prompts on this that a SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Now, this is a little bit small. In fact, let me just blow that up. Hang on one second. Discard that. Let me share my screen again. Share this. I'm going to blow this up so y'all can see it, because I do think it's really important. Okay, so everybody should be able to see that a little bit better. Let me get this out of the way, make it a little bigger. When you're working on a goal, it's important to define done, because we want to get to a place where we feel like we've accomplished it. We have to determine the why. This is what we're talking about. You're also going to have to understand that we can't reach goals unless we have the knowledge, the skills, and the resources that we'll need. We need to know what could keep us from reaching the goals. Then we want you to have the tools and then outline it so step by step you can actually reach those goals. So I kind of wanted you to see that a little bit bigger. All right, so let's take a look at each one of those. What do I mean when I say specific? Clarity is where you put that North Star in it. It's understanding in the marathon that it is this 26.2 miles is the finish line. It's not 26.1. It's not 26. It's 26.2 miles. So you have to define done and narrow the focus. Measurable. You have to determine how you're going to measure the progress toward your goal. How are you going to measure it? Because it's not like you just start and you're completed. You have to be able to measure if this is done. What did I do today to move forward to that goal? What did I do today? Now, with work goals, it's pretty easy. If you say that I want to make X amount of money in your job, and that's a goal, then you need to know how much money you need to make every month. You need to know how much every week. You need to know how much every day. And then what Brian Tracy talks about is you have to know what actions you have to take every day to reach a monetary goal. So that's pretty exciting. Let me just say that again. Most people that come to the 7-Minute Life are entrepreneurs. And it is okay not to make a little more money. It is okay to make sky is the limit money, but you have to define it. It can't just be oh, I'd like to make more money. What's the number? How many calls do you need to make to hit the number? Are you willing to do the action? Because when it comes to money, you can measure it day after day. Am I on track or not? Am I willing to take the action? So specific, measurable, it has to be achievable. One of the things as a business owner is that it needs to be realistic. I don't want to constantly set these humongous goals that I can't achieve. There's something very powerful about reaching a goal. You know, the why is important, but success, oh my goodness, it breeds on itself. Relevant. Your goal needs to be relevant. That's where the why comes in. When we talk about relevance, relevance means that it aligns with your priorities. It aligns with helping you spend more time with your family, find adventure, re-engage with compassion, work on your own mental health, physical health, whatever those things that are your priorities. Your goals are only relevant if they follow along with your purpose. Now, making more money, absolutely follow along with most people's purpose. Why? Because they want to take care of their families. They want to be able to give back. So all of these goals, and I think relevance also, we have to step back and say, does it bring you meaning in life? Not all goals are going to bring you meaning in life, but are there some goals? And what do I mean by that? Meaning in life is when you wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, how did I feel this morning? And you say, I feel like today matters. I feel like I'm grateful today. I feel like I'm living out my purpose and priorities. That's when you're willing to work hard on a goal. That's when it's relevant to you. Goals often also have to be time bound. Now, John Arnold is one of our Chief Inspiration Officers, remarkable teacher, has been here since 2006. One of the things that he encourages us with more than anything else is that right now it is September the 6th. If you're setting all of these goals for yourself, you don't have to start all of them on September the 6th. You may start one of them now to try to reach by December 31st. You might start another one in 2 months. So whenever it is, you have to not only create the end date of when you want to accomplish it, but even more importantly, you have to start a start date. When are you going to start? Any questions about this? I get pretty fired up. What we've talked about is, what is a SMART goal? I've tried to define it for you, and I've given you some action steps. So I'm going to take a sip and then we will continue on. And I see a question. Yes, there will be a recording of this that's sent to the participants. I'd like the start now date being required to be now. Love that. We're going to make it starting today then. So once you've gone through this, again, I'm going to give you a real example from my life. It's determining the why. Now, I did not come up with the concept of SMART goals, nor did I come up with the concept of the 5 whys, but I want you to write that down. There's an exercise that is called the 5 whys. And when we have a goal, we can ask ourselves, why is that important? You know, we started with the why is more important than the how. I think with almost all of us, we already know how we need to reach goals. If we want to run a marathon, we need to download a training thing and start exercising. If we want to improve our time management, we have to engage with the 7-minute life and start taking those daily steps. If it's whatever it is, physical health, self-care. But let's look at money just for this case. If your goal is to make more money by December 31st, then what you're going to do is you're going to go through a series of questions and you're going to ask yourself for the first time, you're going to ask the first why. Why do I want to make more money? And the answer can be anything. It can be that I want to feel successful, that I want to be the #1 salesman in my company, that I want to use my gifts and talents. So your first why can be anything. So let's say that it's, I want to be the #1 salesperson in the company. Then you ask the second why. Well, why do I want to be the #1 salesperson in the company? And that answer may be because I want to have enough money to put my child through college. So, or I might want to buy a new home, or I'm looking for a career growth. And then you ask yourself, well, why? Let's use the kids' college educate. Why do you want to put your child through college? Well, that's pretty obvious, because I want to give my children the best head start. Well, why do you want to give your child the best head start? Because I want to be a parent that I feel like can do the most important things for my kids. So when you get down to that bottom why of why do you want to make more money? Because I want to give the very best to my children. That's when you find the fuel. Now, money isn't the only thing, obviously, but it's a good example in this case. As you're looking at the second page of the SMART goals, I think it's important to know that you were not born with an innate skill set or with the resources to hit every goal that you want to hit. Guess what you have to do? You have to develop skills. You have to develop skill sets. You have to develop disciplines. And that takes a lifetime. So the question for me becomes, are you ready to develop the skill sets? By showing up for this class, you're developing skill sets, you're adding knowledge, you're gaining access to a tool that becomes a resource for you to reach the goal. So whatever goal you've written down, we see a lot of people that, let's say, physical health. Then what skills and resources do you need to reach your physical health goal. So I'd like to stop right there. Let's say that your goal is physical health. Let's see in chat, what would be some of the skills or resources that you would need to hit the physical goal of being in better shape? So what would be some skills? Let's go ahead and get chat. Cooking at home. What a great answer. What would be some other skill sets and resources that you would need to be in the best physical shape of your life? Doing the exercise. Calendar schedule, scheduling time for exercise, signing up for a yoga class, physio. I love it. Finding someone to do it with you. I would encourage you to take up pickleball. I take lessons. Commit to moving at least 30 minutes. Focus on having fun. But without a sheet like this, we forget that we have to have skill sets. So when we start writing down, I'm going to be in the best shape of my life or get in better physical condition, we need to become aware of the skill sets. Now, same thing, we also have to be aware of obstacles. Let's use the very same idea. Let's say we want to be in good physical shape. What are the obstacles that could keep that from happening? Let's see some obstacles coming in. What are some obstacles? A sloth. No, you are not. I love it. Make sure that you're chatting to everyone. I love cake. I'm stressed and tired. Mobility issues. These are real obstacles. Let's see a few more obstacles. Time, pain, a few more. Let's see some others. I love food, commitment, sleep, ongoing fatigue. Amen. All of these things. And that's why we have to come back to knowing our why. Now, I'm going to kind of change what I was going to do here. Let's go back to physical health. Why would you want to be in better physical health? Let's just kind of go through this using physical health. I'm actually going to use time management in a moment. What would be a reason that you're willing to develop the skill sets and overcome the obstacles? What are a few whys that you can put in chat? Make sure you're chatting to everyone. We need to be alive to do anything else. Some more whys. I love that. So we can be productive, to live a healthy life. If you don't use it, you lose it. I need to gain clarity, a longer, better quality, better life, to feel better physically, to be around my kids. Are y'all seeing why these whys make a difference? To be better mentally. So if you knew, and if you held this list of chat in, I want to be better mentally, I want to live longer, I want to feel better, I want to see my grandchildren, wouldn't we be more willing to put on some tennis shoes and just go outside? To park maybe at the farther away than you normally park, to stand up, which I should be doing when I'm on these calls. All of these little things, when we understand the why, it drives us. So I was pretty excited about that. I'm kind of excitable. Let me take you to a smaller example, and I'm going to still have you add these things in. So this is actually the SMART Goals worksheet. I have 3 goals between now and actually the end of the year. I've already accomplished some of these, but I don't think goals have to be great big. I think goals can be very small. One time I had a goal to learn Adobe Photoshop. That was a fun thing. But what could be some really small goals? These are actually mine. Improve my time management. You know why? Even though I've written all the books, I've created all the planners, it's a skill. And it's learn GoodNotes. Oh yeah, I'm loving GoodNotes. If y'all are not familiar with GoodNotes, go watch a video on GoodNotes. It's cool. I'll leave you hanging with that. But it's a skill. Improving time management is something I have to do regularly. This is one I struggle with, continually decluttering my office. And then optimizing my LinkedIn page. A lot of people here are in sales. We've got to do all those things on LinkedIn and all of those places to try to grow. So these are just some simple goals. So this is the specific goal, improve time management. But what does that mean? How do I make it measurable? How do I determine that I can get it done? So what I felt like I had to do is make sure that my actions, remember, every day we wake up and our actions need to be moving us toward a goal. In order to do that, I needed to update and prune out the number of projects I was working on. So I've done that. I've taken all of those things and right now, I think we're working on 5, maybe 6 projects, and we talk about them. And we've tried to put realistic timelines so that when we hit a project, and by the way, I see some of you are, and Carrie, you may be able to put that in there, but we've just taken all of our tools and put them on Etsy. And so people want tools like this. And even though this class, we're giving it away, please tell your friends. So one of our goals was to put all of these tools on Etsy. Yay, Nikki bought it. But even buying the tool, you need to learn how to use it, right, Nick? Nick, even though you have a tool, you have to have disciplines to know how to use it. So yes, indeed. And this tool, I think, was $1.97. So it's not like these tools are expensive. So go check out the 7-Minute Life on Etsy. Is it achievable? Is it realistic? For me, the answer was yes. Now, there's some additional questions here that we didn't look at. Is this the right time for me to accomplish this goal? Do I have the skills needed? Do I have the resources? Do I have the energy and motivation? What obstacles could you face? So why is it relevant to me? You're improving time management, which seems like a simple goal or something that I would have conquered. I don't think we ever conquer time management. We just develop skills. Is that relevant to me? Does improving my time management align with my priorities? Absolutely yes. Why? And let me get y'all to put this in. Why would improving your time management, if this were a goal, impact your life? How would it impact your priorities? For me, let me get you going in chat. How would it impact my priorities? It gives me more time to spend with my family. How does improving my time management? It reduces stress and anxiety. So let me get some ideas from you guys. How does improving your time management make your life better? Again, I'm going to take a sip of water while y'all start thinking. How does improving your time management improve your life? Feel accomplished and happy. It alleviates stress, peace of mind, freedom from my to-do list, more things accomplished. Those things are really key. It brings me more meaning in life. Plus, that getting a check mark, I feel like I've accomplished something. There's this huge rush of adrenaline. So time bound, this was a few weeks ago. Start date was now, and I wanted to finish it 1 week from then. And my finish, remember, was to prune our project list. Did I get it done? Yes. So go team, we got it done. But now we're going to go into the why. Improving my time management as I was going through this SMART goal, the number one reason is that I want to have a more meaningful life. You know, John Arnold and I say, if you were able to get everything on your to-do list finished today, I mean, everything, would it have made a difference in your life? Would it have made your life more meaningful? Would it have done those things? And it's not just about a to-do list. That's why I didn't say clear my to-do list. It's about improving time management, productivity, so you can have time. The second reason was that I felt like if I improved my time management, I would feel organized. And just feeling organized and caught up would give me more space for energy and creativity. It would give me this lightness, this feeling of whew, I've gotten it all done. It would give me time with family and friends, time to exercise. I truly am loving pickleball. And the real reason is that it reduces stress, it improves my well-being, and it improves my own mental health. It allows me to live out fully, bigger than ourselves. It allows me to live with purpose, to be outward focused. So all of those things. Well, page 2 of this, what skills and resources do I need to reach that goal? Time management is a skill. Resources are tools that help you reach the goal. So if I have a skill, then I need to make sure that I'm spending time focusing on reaching goals. So the first skill or resource that I needed is, where should I spend my time? What are the goals that I need to accomplish? Can y'all see why this is important? We can't just improve our time management if it doesn't lead somewhere. The next thing is, and I know y'all don't have access to all of these tools, so you may want to write them down. Make sure you register for all of our webinars, but look at projects. And of course, you can find a lot of these on Etsy. Look at our projects. Complete the unfinished task list. If you want to improve your time management, how many things are unfinished in your life? We call those things open loops, where you have all of these things that maybe are partly finished, but not completely finished. And they just circle through our lives, and they cause mental clutter. And then, of course, if you've been using the 7-Minute Life for a long time, you want to make sure that you're using a time management tool. We call it the Daily Progress Report. And write it down. This class is just focusing on goal setting. And here are the obstacles. And so I'd like you all to write in obstacles as well. We've talked about the why, but for me, what could keep me from accomplishing time management, for some of you, it may be that you don't have the tools or the knowledge. For me, it could be not getting enough sleep. I'd be interested to see what you think is keeping you from improving your time management. Let me give you all a minute to write. Of course, the 7-Minute Life, bad sleep for sure. The 7-Minute Life, for those of you that are new, comes from the fact that there are 24 hours in a day. That breaks down into 1,440 minutes. At the 7-Minute Life, we're going to encourage you to take 1% of your time. That's 14 minutes, to take 7 minutes in the morning to think. So this taking 7 minutes in the morning, if I don't take time to create a clear plan, to ask myself, what are my goals? How hard am I willing to work? What do I need to accomplish today? So the obstacle could be not taking time to plan. The other 7 minutes in the evening is where you look at your day and you begin to reflect, and you ask yourself, what did I accomplish? What did I not accomplish? What did I learn? What can I do differently tomorrow? So these are really critical skills from the 7-Minute Life. But if I don't do those things, there are obstacles. Other obstacles, having a cluttered office, just flat out feeling overwhelmed, or having too many goals, or, as Nick says, being easily distracted. So if it's shiny, we want to go over and do that. So now we do have additional tools. This is at the bottom of that. You can just go take a look at them. But once you've set your SMART goals, you have to choose how you're going to execute those. That's an entirely different class.